Say, say.
Come on in, have a seat. I don't know who needs to hear it, but Kiwi's going to say it. So, men have a lot to say, and if you don't recall, I mentioned this gentleman by name on my first podcast, and he's actually here to defend himself. So, welcome, Rico. And Rico, in my first podcast, when I was sitting with my sister Ashley, I mentioned something that you said. You said, "Hey, Ma, you need to go to church to find you a good man."
Yeah.
And I told you, no, I'd rather go stand on the corner because I know what I'm going to get. Because I've dated church-going men, and I'm telling you, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. But you're here to prove me wrong. So what are your thoughts on that, Rico? Let the world know.
Yeah. So when we had the conversation, it wasn't a deep conversation. It was very shallow. I just made a comment. Basically, what I was saying is, you got to think about where you're picking your men from and your women. But in this case, we're talking Kiwi right here. I said church because at least in that direction, they're going somewhere. All of them, no. Everybody's on a different level. So here we go now. We're going to get deep into this water.
Please.
But I didn't say any of this. If you just dating people who going in a different direction in life as far as more fleshly, which is most of the sources that you go hunting in, that's the kind of stuff you're going to get when you wake up in the morning. But if you go to a direction of somebody's going to church, you can build yourself up to a level where you can understand not only what is it that you're looking for, what you're looking for should also be inside you. So you can get more experience for those people at church. Are they all saints? No, because we are people trying to get ourselves cleaned up. God is helping us. So, yeah, you're going to find some nutballs on each side of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
But at least if you go over there, you have the potential of understanding that type of man that's in that congregation.
So, but I made a statement and I said, I don't feel comfortable going to church and, oh, look at him. I'm supposed to be getting the word. And you're telling me to go to church and am I looking? I remember you saying, because when you came in, kicked in my door.
I said a man in church.
But how am I supposed to be getting the word, but yet looking for my next husband? Help me understand that.
That's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you getting now from where you're going?
Oh, that's that's another good. Where am I getting now from where I'm going?
Exactly.
I want to say that we automatically, even though we may say that we're not setting expectations up for somebody, we set expectations up. So if I go to church and I have it in my head that you're worshiping God and you're getting the word to better yourself, I'm already going to set an expectation that you're a good man. And then my experience dating men of the church and holier than thou, or however you want it, the ones that claim they know the Bible back and forth, they turn out to be the worst cheaters, worst manipulators, worst abusers. So you're telling me, what am I getting now? At least if I meet a man out on the street, at Walmart, in a club, even online, I am not expecting him to come off holier than thou. So I already know that there's going to be some disappointment.
Right, but hold up. So I think if we take 2 steps back,
Okay.
the problem with the game plan right now is the success rate is almost zero. You're wasting time and you're wasting your life. I think you've lived long enough to know that way ain't working. Mm-hmm. So not only are you going to church to serve God, so it's really more about you and you understanding his voice. That's a process. So he could lead you to what you're looking for. Because hopefully that's what you're asking. Right now you just want to find solo.
Yeah,
but if you praying to God and you saying, Lord, help me, I think he would say, well, come to me so you can at least understand my voice. So that's a process. It's not just go to church and look for a man. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Although there are some testimonies of people who said that, I went to church just looking for a woman, but while I was there, the word got me, the spirit got me. I grew.
Okay.
Because one of the problems that I see is the list that people write to Santa Claus, God, or whoever it is, for what you want in a man or woman. There's more on it than what's in you. You want something better than what you are. You should be preparing yourself for what you're asking God
I
for.
agree. I agree.
Why should He send you something good and then send him some junk?
No, I agree. I agree.
I say all of to say this: going to church helps edify. It helps build. It helps nurture you to find more of yourself, to give you the things that you need to know, not only to discern a good man, discern a good woman, but also discern the voice of God. So there's more entailed than just dating. If you're only going for that, no, that's not what I'm saying. That's a go if you're going to go. But I think the point we're talking about is finding somebody good. Right now, the people that most people are dealing with, they don't even have qualifications for this journey, for the long road, for marriage.
Yes.
If you want to find somebody built like that, I know for a fact, I figure out it is in people who are seeking God. Maybe I should have worded it like that, but in that moment when we was talking,
yes,
it was like real quick, go to church.
Okay. So now, like I asked Marcus last week, I'm going to ask you. You're in church.
Right.
You see a woman. She's loving God. You clearly studied her. You see that what she's doing is not fake. It's not a facade. How do you approach her? Because now you're interested in her. So I want to know what it is. Do you make that move? Are you bold enough to go up to this woman and say, hey, you, I want to date you? What does that look like for you? You found a woman in church.
Well, particularly for me, the way it works is I have already kind of possibly had my eyes set on somebody who's disciplined. Because what I'm looking for when I'm going is somebody who's dedicated and committed.
Okay.
Because all of those stuff breeds the commitment and faithfulness that you're looking for. Somebody that's more committed to a higher power. Because committed to ourselves ain't working. Like, you know, character is built by God. You don't know what that guy's doing behind the scenes, but if that guy is following the voice of God, he's working on his internal thing.
Yes.
It ain't got nothing to do with you. You benefit from the byproduct of the goodness of God that's within that soul. So I say all to say this: before I've even approached this woman, I'm like, man, this girl's been here for 6 months straight. She's faithful. She's coming to church. I've seen her laid out in the spirit. I'm starting to see the qualities that I need, that God has already told me that I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? You can't get that off the street. So I'm already seeing that, you know what I mean? I can see there ain't no ring on her finger. I'm understanding the things that I need to see from this person. So yes, for me, I have a boldness. I'm walking up to you and I'm going to say, hey, you want to go get some pizza?
Ooh, we're getting pizza?
What is it, chicken, pizza, cornbread? You know, that's just the way I do it.
So you invite her out to pizza. She says yes.
She says
so
yes.
Now y'all go to get some pizza.
Yeah.
And then now, what's the next step? Because in Marcus's, if you recall, Marcus had already smashed because he met her in the club. Yes, Marcus, I'm calling you out. Sorry. He met her in the club. He already smashed. Then he takes her to dinner. So we're doing it differently because now we're using the church. So I'm assuming you guys have not smashed. You ain't tussled.
Can I be honest with you?
Oh, they smashed. Okay, go ahead.
Listen. No. Listen. So one of the issues, man and women coming together, is, first of all, you got to understand spirit and you got to understand flesh. When you asking this question, if we're talking about flesh, we're talking about emotions, we're talking about feelings, and we're talking about some ungodly feelings that come with that.
Okay.
When we talk about the spirit, you got the whole package now.
Okay.
So no, I'm not, because I'm not looking for that, and she better not be on that bridge either. There's an attraction. I mean, we're not kids. I understand it. I said, did you want some pizza? She said, yeah. So I'm thinking she's feeling me. So that's enough to get me in the room so I can examine some more.
Okay.
So let's take our time. Most people don't like this path. Why? Because it's a patient path. It's a process. It ain't gonna be, if we're already in the bed, I ain't gonna lie, if we're already in the bed in the first 2 or 3 days, that's telling me something.
What is it telling you, Rico?
It's telling me that there's a lack of self-control on both ends.
Oh, so you're not judging her?
No, I'm not.
You're not judging her because most men say she slept with me on the first night, so they automatically deem her as a hoe, right?
Now, but listen, this is what it does.
But you're not.
This is what it does.
Okay.
It corrupts the illusion. It breaks down that fourth wall because, see, so if I'm pressing it, then she's going to be, see, first of all, you got to think about it like this.
Okay.
God sending her, God sending me. So she's saying, well, let me see if he's going to go down that road. I should have enough wisdom to already know that.
Okay.
So if I'm doing it, she's going to be like, strike. I'm not looking for that, and she shouldn't be looking for that. So we should both have more discernment and more patience in that area.
Okay.
We're playing a high level. We're playing at a high level. We're not in the club. That's flesh. See, when we're in there, we can violate all that.
Oh, yeah.
We're expecting that.
So you're dating this woman, let's say a couple months go by. Have you had intercourse? Have y'all smashed? Have you rolled in the sheets? Like I because you're saying flesh, and everybody that goes to church, even God knows that we are human and we give into that temptation. I fast forward and I'm saying that you guys have been together for a couple of months now. It's not just like a date. So.
You're not asking the right question.
Oh, okay. What's the question?
Here's what you're saying. What's your level of discipline? How deep is your walk with God? That's kind of what you're saying. Are you still standard? Are you still just regular Joe? Are you playing Christian? Or are you real Christian? So there's a whole question inside that question.
Okay.
So if we didn't smash and then we didn't did all that, I'm not gonna front. Like that's how I got down back in the day. Okay. But as I grew, I was like, I don't want that anymore. That comes with trouble. You know what I'm saying? So my process is different. I'm not even going down there because I'm following God. I'm not following her. She's not following me. We're both following the voice of God that's within our life. So he's already saying, restrain yourself. That we're looking for a high level, but that's a different walk. That's a different show. Okay.
Okay. So I guess I have to bring them back on that.
Yeah, we need to
so if
elaborate.
So I'm gonna wrap it up. You meet a girl. It's working out. 2-3 months go by. You guys are courting. There's no sexual intercourse.
Listen, I'm gonna be real honest with you, and I know there's a few cats out there that's gonna agree with me. If that's the reward, I don't want it. That's not doing this. Now you're talking to a real man. You're talking to a man of God. That is what I am. Mm-hmm. I grew up past that. That's not a reward for me. That don't do anything for me. You got to bring something else to the table.
So what's the reward, and what does she have to bring?
The reward is this is all y'all have to offer. This is it. This is the only thing y'all can offer a man.
Which is what? Oh, I'm listening. Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening?
Listen. Mm-hmm. Your faithfulness. Men are looking for a quality inside of you that, see, once you break that wall down, once you start giving them too easy, we already know. See, we've seen it. We know what it looked like. We know what it tastes like. We know what it smelled like. We have seen it, felt it, tasted, touched it, and we're looking for it. We've seen somebody else with it. They're not doing that. We've seen them in the mall. We've seen them in the market. We see them. And they're not looking all around at everybody. They're not doing certain things. They focus, they locked in on what their thing is. And we're trying to get to that. And we know all the signs. We know all of them. The only thing y'all can bring to this table is a level of commitment. That's the most beautiful thing in you. Our pride is attached to that. We want something that works. We don't want a raggedy car. We don't want a raggedy girl. We want something that's quality. A real man deserves it. Now, everybody thinks they deserve that, but I'm here to tell you, everybody don't deserve that because everybody ain't ready for that.
Come on. Now he's about to preach. So, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
See, I gave myself time for God to work on me before I went out there. I said, build me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Build me up. I want to be a gift. You know what I mean? I want to be all the time. I want people knocking on my door when she gets here. I want my phone blowing up when she gets here. Whoever she's going to be when she comes, I'm giving her something to examine. Then she can get close enough to kind of smell, sniff some more. Like, wow, I've been in this dude's life for a month, and that phone, he ain't distracted. He's focused. He's locked in. And that's what I'm looking for.
So that is the next question, like I asked Marcus, that all of us want to know. What? Is Rico single? Is he on the market? And do we have to go to church to find you?
Too late, ladies.
Oh! He said too late. When did this happen, motherfucker? Because when did this happen? Oh, y'all, congratulations.
This is beyond.
Ladies,
the
he's off the market.
I got a whole other life going
He's
on.
off the market.
3 businesses. going on. I got somebody that's standing by my side that's been helping me the whole time.
Wow.
And I reward faithfulness.
Faithfulness. Well, you know what, Rico? I'm low-key jealous, but I know he's out there for me. I don't know. Maybe I'll
church.
Okay, maybe I'll go to church. Back to church. I used to go to church faithfully, but I think when COVID hit,
You're very spiritual.
I am. I wake up every morning with that. He's my breakfast. He's my lunch. He's my dinner. I talk to him all day. I just had not been to the physical building and worship. I'm not one of those that are sitting here praying for a good man. I'm not doing that because God knows what I need. He knows my heart's desire. And that is to me an empty prayer, because what I really wanted was the self-healing, I'm still dealing with my trauma, I'm still dealing with my own issues. That's what I pray for. Kind of like what you're saying, pay attention to what she's focused on, what her goals are, what his goals are, what he's focused on, and then I'm moving from there, and then God will move me when it's time for me to get that right man.
Yes.
So I don't know who needed to hear that, but Kiwi said it with the help of Rico. And Rico, I appreciate you coming on my show today, and I will have you back when it is the forum of the men versus the women.